The cruiser of the Lyran Compact drifted above the blue-green world in ceremonial silence. Its hull gleamed like folded moonlight, layered plates of adaptive mail flowing over one another as if alive. Inside the audience chamber, banners of a dozen allied species hung in careful symmetry, each symbol representing conquest through diplomacy or submission through awe. At the center stood Princess Alira, heir to the Compact and commander of its first contact fleets. She watched the holographic image of Earth rotate slowly before her eyes, curiosity mixing with calculation. Humanity had surprised the Compact by surviving long enough to be noticed. Their world was young, their technology uneven, their political unity fragile. Yet their ships had endured battles that should have torn them apart, and their soldiers had walked away from wounds that would have ended other species. The Compact had decided to test them, not with war, but with presence. Alira would descend to the surface wearing her royal battle mail, a living armor woven from memory alloys and energy fields. It was a symbol of invincibility, and she expected it to inspire fear or reverence. The landing site lay on a wide plain near a human city. Delegations gathered at a respectful distance while wind stirred the grass. When Alira stepped from the landing craft, light bent around her form, the mail shifting colors like liquid metal. Her guards formed a semicircle, weapons lowered but ready. Across from them stood a small human group, unarmored, their clothing simple. One of them stepped forward. He was not tall, not imposing, his hair dark and his face marked by age and sun. His name was Eli, chosen as speaker not for rank, but for steadiness. Alira studied him with open interest. According to her briefings, humans often reacted strongly to displays of power. This one merely observed, eyes attentive, posture relaxed. She approached until only a few steps separated them. The translator's hummed softly. She lifted one graceful hand and let the plates of her mail ripple outward, revealing intricate layers beneath, each glowing faintly with contained force. "Do you wonder what's beneath this mail?" she asked, her voice melodic and confident. The question was meant as a test. Most species assumed weakness lay beneath armor. They imagined soft flesh, fragile organs, fear hidden behind strength. Alira expected Eli to answer with curiosity or deference, perhaps even flattery. Eli considered her words carefully. He glanced at the living armor, then met her gaze. "No," he said calmly. "I wonder what you need it for." A murmur moved through the gathered humans and the alien guards alike. Alira blinked, surprised. The translators confirmed accuracy. She felt a flicker of irritation, quickly mastered. "You do not fear what lies beneath?" she asked. "I fear many things," Eli replied. "But armor is not one of them." Alira tilted her head. "Explain." Eli gestured toward the horizon, where the city stood, its structures varied and imperfect. "On our world, protection is something we build because we must. Our bodies are not strong enough on their own. We break, we bleed, we heal slowly. So we make tools, clothes, shelters, armor. Not to show power, but to keep going." Alira felt a subtle shift in her perception. Her mail was grown as much as built, bonded to her nervous system, a birthright enhanced by science. It was not merely protection, but identity. "And what lies beneath yours?" she asked, intrigued despite herself. Eli smiled faintly. "Scars." The word carried weight. Alira searched her cultural database. Scars were marks of healed injury. Among the Compact, visible scars were rare and often removed. To display them was considered unnecessary. Before she could respond, a sudden alarm rang from the sky. A Compact patrol ship lurched, its shields flaring as a streak of energy struck it from orbit. Another followed. The sky darkened as unknown vessels decloaked, angular and aggressive. The Keth Raiders, Enemies of both Compact and humanity had chosen this moment to strike. Alira's guards snapped into formation, weapons raised. Her mail surged, power flooding its layers. She turned to Eli. "Return to safety," she commanded. Eli shook his head. "There is no safety here. Only choices." Explosions thundered as a Compact shuttle crashed beyond the field. The raiders descended, their troops pouring out, weapons blazing. Compact soldiers engaged, disciplined and precise, but they were outnumbered. Alira joined the fight, her armor deflecting blasts, her movements swift and lethal. Yet for every raider that fell, another advanced. Eli ran back toward the human group. They did not flee. Instead, they opened crates that had been waiting unnoticed. Inside were weapons, crude compared to Compact arms, but solid and familiar. Humans moved with practiced coordination, taking cover, returning fire. They lacked energy shields, relying on terrain and timing. When one fell, another dragged them back, hands pressing wounds, voices steady. Alira fought her way closer, astonishment growing. Humans were fragile, yet they advanced without hesitation. Their armor was minimal, often nothing more than reinforced fabric and plates. Blasts that glanced off her mail tore through them, yet they did not break. They adapted, changing tactics mid-fight, using debris as shields, improvising explosives from damaged equipment. A raider charged Alira with a heavy blade that crackled with energy. She parried, but the impact sent a surge through her armor, systems flickering. The blade struck again, finding a joint. Pain flared as the mail absorbed, most of it, but not all. Alira stumbled. The raider raised its weapon for the final strike. A sharp crack echoed. The raider collapsed, a human rifle smoking behind it. Eli stood there, breathing hard. "Your armor is failing," he said, stating fact without judgment. Alira looked down. Cracks of light ran through the mail, its adaptive system strained beyond design. "It has never failed before," she said quietly. Eli crouched beside her. "Everything fails eventually." He helped her to her feet, surprisingly strong. Together they moved toward a ridge where humans and Compact soldiers regrouped. The battle raged for long minutes that felt like hours. Finally, a human ship rose from behind the hills, engines roaring, weapons blazing. It was not sleek, not elegant, but it was resilient. It rammed one of the raider vessels, tearing through its hull before breaking away. The remaining raiders retreated, unwilling to pay the cost. Silence fell, broken by fires and distant cries. Medics from both sides moved among the wounded. Alira stood amid the aftermath, her mail dim and fractured, pieces retracting to reveal bruised skin beneath. Several Compact officers approached, concern etched on their faces. Alira waved them back. She turned to Eli, who sat on the ground, his sleeve dark with blood from a shallow wound. A medic wrapped it tightly. "You saved my life," Alira said. "So did you," Eli replied. "You stood with us." She looked at her damaged armor. "This mail was crafted to make me untouchable. Yet today it was not enough." Eli nodded. "Armor buys time. What you do with that time matters more." Alira considered this. "Among my people, strength is measured by how little one is harmed. And among mine," Eli said, "strength is measured by how much one can endure and still stand." She studied him. Then the humans around them, tending to allies and former strangers alike. She saw exhaustion, pain, determination. Beneath their minimal armor lay bodies that would ache for weeks, scars that would remain for life. Yet they were already planning repairs, defenses, tomorrow. "Earlier you asked what lies beneath this mail," Alira said softly. She reached up and deactivated the remaining layers. The living armor flowed away, retracting into a compact form. Beneath it, she stood revealed, smaller, visibly vulnerable. Gasps rose from her guards. No royal of the Compact had ever done this in the presence of another species. Beneath it, she continued, is fear. Fear of being hurt. Fear of being seen as weak. Eli met her gaze. Fear is not weakness. Refusing to face it is. Alira felt something shift within her, deeper than doctrine or training. She looked again at Earth's sky, scarred by smoke but still blue. Your species is dangerous, she said, not as accusation but as recognition. Eli smiled tiredly. So we have been told. In the Compact, danger is often met with control or conquest, Alira said. But today you fought not to dominate, but to survive together. Because tomorrow matters, Eli said. Even if we are hurt today. Alira nodded slowly. I will report this truth to my people. Humanity does not rely on invincible armor. You rely on something far more unsettling. And what is that? Eli asked. The willingness to be fragile, she said. And to stand anyway. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, casting long shadows over the field, Compact and human forces worked side by side. Repairs began, wounds were treated, plans were made. Alira knew the Compact would debate. Some would resist, others would fear. But she also knew that what she had seen could not be unseen. Beneath the finest armor in the galaxy lay a truth the Compact had long avoided. Strength was not the absence of damage. It was the decision to keep going despite it. Humanity embodied that truth in every scar, every rebuilt city, every ship held together by stubborn will. When Alira finally returned to her cruiser, her armor stored and silent, she carried no illusion of invulnerability. Instead, she carried respect. And in the halls of power among the stars, that respect would change everything.